Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 25th, and I have exciting news this morning. At least I consider it exciting. Kellyanne Conway, the strongest and staunchest and fiercest of Donald Trump's defenders, is leaving her position at the end of the month. And her husband, George Conway, one of the founders of the Lincoln Project, said he would also be withdrawing from his role in the Lincoln Project. The Lincoln Project, as you know, has been one of the fiercest opponents of President Trump, producing TV commercials and YouTube commercials against him for, the last 9 months or so. And why? Why have the two of them chosen to leave at this particular time? Obviously, there must have been some tension within the family. And they are stating categorically that is why they are leaving their jobs. Because there is tension in the family, and they don't think that's the way their life should go on. And one of their daughters had generated an awful lot of attention with some of her posts in recent months, some of her social media posts. I haven't seen any of them, but they spoke about the tension in the family. And when she's gone, Kellyanne Conway will be remembered for creating one of the most famous lines in American history. She created alternate facts. We all remember what alternate facts are. That is when you see something, but she tells you you really haven't seen it. That's an alternate fact. Basically, it's a lie. In any event, I think it'll be a lot more boring with Kellyanne Conway missing in action. Now it's time to move on to some other subjects. Recently, an edict was passed that made teachers essential personnel. I don't know why they would consider that they weren't essential personnel all along. Anyhow, here's a story that just proves that teachers are essential personnel, and they don't get the credit that they deserve. This is the story of two first-grade teachers who teach at the St. Barnabas Episcopal School in Florida. Now, most of us probably didn't understand that children's excitement can quickly turn into fear when confronted with some unusual situation. And COVID-19, for most of us, is a very unusual situation. So these two teachers spent a week redesigning the desks in their classrooms, knowing full well that the social distancing and the plastic panels that were put up to separate the children would probably make them very uncomfortable. So they had to come up with an idea that would make it pleasant, more pleasant for the kids to be in a classroom than perhaps they were before the COVID came in. And they came up with creating Jeeps out of the children's desks. The desks are spaced far apart, and that's the only place where the children are allowed to remove their masks. And the school provided these plexiglass trifolds, which the teachers felt would overwhelm their little ones. So they decided to look at that, and they created this design that turned them into little Jeeps. And then they took this concept further. They had a little meeting with their students, and they gave each student a key to their Jeep and told them This is just like a motor vehicle. You stay in your car at all times and wear a mask when you get out, in case you come across some hazardous conditions. So they're playing on this vehicle concept to turn social distancing into fun, and it's making it more kid-friendly. And the students were so excited they could not wait to get into their desk for a test drive. Now, they did not come up with this idea. Apparently, a school teacher in Texas, a kindergarten teacher in Texas, did it first and posted it on Instagram. And the head of the school, when told about this, was very enthusiastic. And he said to people, this is one example of many examples in which this team of teachers and our team search and find ways to make our students' learning environment fun and engaging, especially during this difficult time. Now, the school paid for the desk shield, but will reimburse the teachers for the $200 spent on other materials to transform the desks into vehicles. Now, in my view, this is what education is all about. Thinking outside the box, creating a teaching environment that encourages students to come to school. So, I don't care about this edict that they passed. In my mind, teachers are among the most essential personnel in the country. Forget about the corporate guys who make millions and create millions of jobs and all of those things. That's a wonderful thing if they do it that way. But in my mind, teachers and educators are the most important segment of our society. And all of the problems that we are facing now can be directly attributed to the poor educational systems that exist in many parts of this country. When we leave people desperate without any hope of a future, that is because we have lacked education in many areas of this country. And because of the lack of education, we have created a dearth of opportunities. So I think that's enough ranting for today, and I'll see you all in the morning. Have a great day.